You know, something that I like talking about. You know, like something I like to talk about? Aeroplanes. Why? It's because of how annoying they can be, and sometimes how enjoyable they can be. First up, there is the getting there part. One, you have to pay airport parking. They put a short term and a long term. I mean, what's short term? 5 hours? I mean, long term will probably be 5 years. For all I know. Oh, point being, then you get to the airport itself. You have to check in. I mean, honestly, checking in. You have to check in like half an hour early. Just so they know that some fucking idiot isn't late. And I'll get to that in a moment. But honestly. And then you get to the thing. Then you wait a fucking load of hours. You just wait 5 hours just for the like dong 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 or something like that, saying blah 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 blah. Please come to blah 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 gate blah blah. I don't care, 56 billion or something. And then when it finally gets to your gate, like, yeah, here's your fucking flight already. Sorry for making you wait 50 billion hours. Please come to the boarding gate, and I hope you all aren't skeletons. Well, I was nearly one one time. And then you get on the plane. Then you wait for a long hour because some douchebag is like late as hell. I mean, what did he do? Oversleep or something? If it's like morning play. Or they're just too fucking lazy, or they're just too addicted to something. Or they're addicted to like the computer. You know something they should invent? They should invent alarms that just absolutely annoy the fuck out of you. Just to make you remember it. I mean, it's not like traffic takes 50 billion hours to get through. And then there's the fact that you completely forgot something. I mean, there is nothing worse than forgetting something that you were probably meant to bring. And there can be all kinds of stuff. Then, when the plane finally takes off, you get that good sensation. Then when you descend a little bit, you get that stomach feeling, and that's kind of annoying. And sometimes with altitude changes and all that, I mean, you just get this freaking headache. Or you just get this something in your ears. And don't get me started on the babies, because the babies, they just go, wow, wow. Trust me, it is fucking annoying. There is nothing worse than going on a plane, then you have that really thing and you're like, not now, of all times, not now. You can do it when you get on the ground, mate. But no, they have to decide to cry loud as they can because it's suddenly their destiny to cry as loud as they can. Because here you go, you're just probably reading a book or something, and then the baby goes, "Wah! Wah! This sucks!" I mean, honestly, if I did that and everyone was looking at me, I'd go, oh, fuck. I mean, seriously. It's really annoying. And then there's the fact that the seats are so fucking squishy. Well, they're trying to fit people that are tall as this damn computer I'm recording, which is something around that big. Well, it's hard to tell, on a video, because fucking physics. Well, anyway, point being, well, just determine the size of a Mac OS X, like a Macintosh computer or a MacBook. Anyway, point being, is that the fact that they take fucking forever to shut up, and then the seats. Your feet feel like so cramped up, but. God, it makes me feel like I'm my dad's Mitsubishi Mirage. Don't get me started on that, because seriously, that is squishy. You can't even put your legs down the fucking seat, like on the ground, because, especially when my brother's driving. Want to know why? Because he pulls the seat all the fucking back way. Yeah, anyway, so I've had more than enough experience of having good old cramps in these cars. I mean, why put them on planes? Oh, and then don't get me started on how many people just take forever on the toilets. What are they doing? Smoking in it? Well, they can't smoke because it's a federal offense, all that stuff. But what are they doing? Dealing drugs to someone's already in there? I don't think so. I mean, there's only like 3 toilets on a 737. About, last time I checked. Last time I flew was like last holidays. Well, anyway, point being is that, you know, they just have to take forever in that toilet. I mean, what are they doing? It's not like they're kissing the mirror or something. And then there's you just going, oh, come on, mate, come on, this shit's about to come out. And then you realize, and then, like, oh, it's gonna come out, and then they finally come out, and you just go, boom. Oh, especially when there's a person take forever, and you're in the back of the line. And you're trying all your might not to let that shit out, because you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of, like, what, 30 rows of seats? 30 rows of seats, 3 seats per row either side of the aisle. And then there's the time when you're trying to sleep or something, then some person has to repeatedly go to the toilet, and they have to jump across you, and you have to stand up. And I don't mind that a bit. This is why I like being on aisle seats, so I don't have to piss anyone off. I mean, seriously, just imagine that. It's pretty much one of the best goddamn seats you have. Screw the view, honestly. You can see through it anyway on the aisle. Unless the douchebag on the window seat closes the blindfolds for some effing reason. I mean, why? You can also pass the time by looking at clouds. Clouds make awesome shapes. One time I actually saw a cloud that made the rude finger. I mean, it was looking like this, and I'm like, fucking flipping me off, nature. Trust me, clouds make very good shapes. Back to planes. Then there's the whole, you know, getting down the plane. I mean, there's really nothing to do on a plane that does not have the TV on the back of the seat. You have to swipe a credit card through it. You might as well have an ATM on it. Point being, I mean, seriously, movies, they're always playing the same ones. Or they're just playing the newest ones. Well, I don't mind the new ones, because at least there's some originality in it. But I really hate those ones that's being played a gazillion times on planes. Especially if you're a regular flyer, because you would obviously notice. And I'm sort of a regular flyer. But anyway, point being, is that imagine you're just flying and you just see nothing really on. Or you see they're playing an episode of a TV show that's been played a gazillion times before. Like The Simpsons, for example. They're pretty much playing their episodes, they're playing all their old episodes 6 o'clock every night. Why don't you just wait until you get off the plane to watch The Simpsons? Oh yeah, and you're pretty much bored most of the time. Unless you have a DS or a book. And then there's the whole, you're not allowed to have metal and shit. And I'm like, you're not even sure if your belt has that part, the metal thing where you gotta get the little end through it in, is metal counted. And then I like after arcs just in case they change. And then there's the loud mouths on the plane. Trust me, loud mouths are very annoying. They just go yap 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 yap, and everyone's like, dude, shut up, dude. Trust me. I mean, some people. Oh, that reminds me of the one time where these idiotic sluts were on the plane, and they were just yapping their fucking asses off. And then, like, Come on, mate, be quiet. We're trying to, enjoy the flight. I mean, honestly, whatever you're flying with, they get paid just because you're sitting on it. And you pay money to sit on a fucking plane just to travel somewhere because you're too lazy to either travel by car or you have to travel over. The only way to do it is on plane or a ship, and ships are very slow. Honestly, just imagine that. And then you finally land. And then everyone takes forever taking those. It feels like they're just going like 5 minutes later. Oh, finally got it. There you go. I'm out of here. And then you feel like, oh god, you can stretch your legs. And then if you don't have a dad waiting up, you have to get a taxi or something. And then if it's your first time, you can't figure out where the fuck you're going. But luckily, I always have someone to pick me up, because, let's face it, they know the town more than I do. I mean, seriously. And then you realise, and then at airport terminals, especially the busy ones, they're pretty much a shopping centre. Why don't you just call it an airport/shopping centre? I mean, all these have like fucking souvenirs, they have t-shirt shops, they have McDonald's. They have pretty much just about everything. Sure, a little food doesn't go amiss, but seriously, you don't need to have t-shirts and all that shopping crap. That's what they invented all those fucking shopping centers in town for. You could just sell aeroplane-y stuff. I don't know, like aeroplane malls or something. Well, use your imagination. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of things that can really annoy you about aircraft, but aircraft is a really good experience. As long as you don't have, like, 6 female sluts that are just yapping their asses off. Trust me, there is too many of those sluts that just come around. And then there's a baby going, wah! Yeah. Sounds worse than Jason Sondergaard on crack. And imagine that. You know, that's actually kind of a weird thought. But anyway, point being, I've had enough of this damn conversation. Go figure something, I don't care. I mean, when you're flying, try to remember what I said. Because honestly, there are a lot of douchebags on transport. Pretty much like there's a lot of douchebags on Wi-Fi and all that kind of internet crap. So, pretty much, I'll see you later.